F1 boss Horner, Ferrari and Formula One need each other. F1 boss Chase Carey, left, and Red Bull's Christian Horner meet on the F1 grid. Photo by LAT PHOTOGRAPHIC. Red Bull boss Christian Horner would love to see Formula One go big and bold once again. Speaking to Sky Sports between the Friday practice sessions in Brazil, Horner was asked about his thoughts on the proposed 2021 engine regulations which were released last week. Unsurprisingly, given the struggles that Red Bull has had during a four-season period of dominance by Mercedes, Horner is more than happy to see change on the horizon. "I'd have loved to have gone back to a V10 or V12, something normally aspirated and high-revving," Horner told Sky Sports. "I understand that there has to be a middle ground between the engines of days gone by and the current hybrid systems, and I think that the middle ground that F1 sporting chief, Ross, Brawn, and the guys at the FIA have gone for is similar to what we have." The Formula One series is in Brazil and NASCAR is at Phoenix this weekend. NHRA, meanwhile, wraps up its season with the championship weekend in Pomona, California. Here in number 39, where to find the action. It's a V6 single-turbo engine, it gets rid of the hybrid, there's a lot of standardization, which I think is a positive thing. It'll bring performance closer together and should reduce costs. Increased fuel flow, increased revs, get rid of the MGUH, motor generator unit, heat, which should put a bit more sound out there, so I think it's a solid step, and there was nothing I heard that didn't sound sensible, to be honest with you. As I say, from a personal point of view, as a fan, I would love to go back to a screaming V10 or V12. When you hear the F1 experience, double-seater going round, it sounds glorious, and it would have been great to get back to that. I understand that the promoter and the FIA are trying not just to please one side or the other, they're trying to pick a middle ground that's right for the sport and, most importantly, control costs, which I'm not going to have a problem with that. Following the meeting of the Formula One strategy group and the subsequent announcement of the planned engine changes for 2021, Ferrari issued a threat to quit Formula One, with Ferrari president Sergio Marchionne suggesting that the changes and standardization would make Formula One similar to NASCAR and that this was a direction that the folks at Ferrari would like to see. Mercedes, for all of its dominance since the hybrid power units were introduced in 2014, is also unhappy with the proposals, but Horner says that the reactions of Formula One's top two constructors has been exaggerated somewhat. "The meeting about the engines was pretty cordial, to be honest with you," said Horner. "There was no table banging or anything. Toto Wolff, Mercedes boss, didn't thump the table or anything like that. When Ferrari threatens to leave Formula One, other teams take notice. Mercedes and Renault both made their feelings known about the 2021 engine regulations on Thursday, saying that the changes. I think that Ferrari are linking engines to all kinds of other issues, and they're obviously looking at the picture as a whole rather than looking at engines individually. It'd be a great shame if Ferrari did leave Formula One. Ferrari and Formula One are synonymous, but they both need each other. They'll bluster that they don't need Formula One, but what other form of motor racing is going to give Ferrari the platform that Formula One does? Likewise, we love racing against Ferrari because it's prestige if we can beat Ferrari, and, as a fizzy drinks company, it's even better. The two go hand in hand together and have done since the beginning of the championship, so nobody wants to lose Ferrari, and I don't think Ferrari can afford to lose Formula One. There will be a lot of brinkmanship and chest puffing at the moment, but I think, when the music stops, they'll be there. By Sam Hall. Formula One, Racing.